Picture this, you just stepped inside your dream house. Perfect layout, beautiful views, a backyard that makes you want to throw the biggest housewarming party that you've ever seen. You go to make the offer only to find out you can't afford it. Suddenly that vision of owning your dream home is crushed. Avoid this heartbreak by watching today's video where I go over these 6 crucial steps that you must take before you go house hunting. What's going on, everyone? If we haven't quite met yet, my name is AJ Butler. I'm a real estate agent here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I'm so excited for today's video because I'm all about being efficient, being effective, and going into things with strategy. After watching this video, I know you'll have a way better perspective on what to do before buying a home. Let's dive in. So the first step that I would recommend is figure out why you're buying. Knowing the real motivation behind why you're actually going to purchase a house is going to do a lot. Whether it's your first home or your 10th home, buying real estate can be a little bit stressful at times because it's one of, if not the biggest investment that you'll ever make, which is why it's super important to know why you're doing it. My job as an agent is to make sure you're aware of the potential stressors before they happen and to navigate you through them when they do. But if you as the buyer go into the transaction knowing what you want and why, the transaction is just gonna be that much smoother. The second thing that I would recommend doing before buying a house is stacking cash. Most people underestimate the costs associated with buying real estate, so you're better off wildly overestimating how much it's gonna cost to get you into a property. The third thing that I would recommend is keeping your credit in check. Credit is very important in the lending process, and if you have a good financial history, you're gonna have way more purchasing power because you're gonna get way better rates. The fourth thing that I would recommend that you do before buying a home is make a list of things that you want versus things that you need. You may want a pool, but you may need a certain number of bedrooms for your family. Understanding what's negotiable and what's not will help narrow your search and keep you focused. This goes back to why you want to buy in the first place. A good question to ask yourself to figure out if something is a must-have is, if this house was in the perfect location, in my price range, and had every single detail that I wanted in this house, except for this, would that house still be an option? If yes, then you know that it's not necessarily a must-have, it's just a strong want. The fifth thing that I would recommend is getting in touch with a local lender. That way he can put your full financial picture together. Having a local lender is very important to having a smooth transaction, especially here in South Florida. Way too often I see buyers getting all the way to the closing table just to find out that the big bank that they used as a lender won't lend on the property. There's many reasons why this may happen, and one of them is just the fact that they don't know the local policies like a local lender would. Another huge benefit of having a local lender is just communication. The lender that I recommend to all of my buyers is gonna answer the phone for you at 9 p.m. on a Saturday if he absolutely needs to. Time and time again, these big banks and online mortgage companies have shown to have horrible customer service and you can't really ever get a hold of them, so you're better off just going with a local lender. Lastly, have a conversation with a real estate agent. A little biased, I know, but a lot of people think that the agent just comes into play when it's time to do paperwork, and that could not be further from the truth. Getting an agent involved in the beginning stages of the buying process is probably one of the smartest things that you can do. An agent's job isn't to hard sell you on the first home that you come across as soon as they meet you. It's to provide an incredibly smooth experience from start to finish, guiding you through each of the steps that I mentioned before. Let me say that one more time. My job is to help you with every single one of the steps that I mentioned before. If you're interested in buying and you want to have a conversation about what the process looks like for you and to create a little bit of a plan, all of my contact details are going to be in the description of this video. I'd love to buy you a coffee and chat about how we can get you into your next property. Thanks for watching. If you got some value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.